What's good, everybody? It's JayCoffeeTalk back again with another video for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button, that subscribe button, the notification bell, all that good stuff. But let's get right into this, guys. Dame Dash, you've seen him in the news lately, and it's like, do people see in the music industry and the movie industry and everything like that? It's like people must view Dame Dash as being weak. You know what I mean? What I mean by this is, you know how it goes. You know, people who are trying to take advantage of someone, take something that someone else is and claim it as theirs, put the pressure on someone. You know what I mean? A lot of times they pick and choose who they mess with. They go for weak or easy targets. You know what I'm saying? And Dame seems to keep having a lot of different problems in business. And, I've never, thought of Dame as funny style or anything like that. I never quite understood what exactly happened with The Rock. I mean, I do, but it just, I don't know, man. Things went the way they went. But Dame just keeps having all these problems, and I'm gonna go over, what I'm talking about and what's going on right now. And it's just like, it's almost like they're treating Dame like, yo, man, like, what are you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll do this to you. What are you gonna do about it? Like, you're a bozo, basically. I mean, that's what, like, I'm not trying to call Dame a bozo. It seems like all these people just, do what they do to Dame, and, it is what it is. That they just keep it moving. Now, I'm gonna, I don't know if y'all seen this recently, the deposition he was in. It was bananas, man. It's funny. If you didn't see the deposition, go out and peep the deposition, because that's kind of like, it's part of what's going on in this video, but I'm assuming most people seen the deposition. If you didn't, you could check it out after this video. But basically what happened was, he is, in a lawsuit over this movie, Dear Frank, which, Dame Dash calls it The List. I'm going to cover that. And you're like, how does a movie have two names? I'm going to explain that in a minute after I roll some audio with Dame. But that the deposition that he was in was regarding, this lawsuit over the movie. They're saying, Dame saying he's a part of it. Other people are saying, nah, man, we fired you. You ain't got nothing to do with this. It's, stop saying you're a part of the team, because you ain't nothing, basically. And in the deposition, he went off. He was calling the lawyer a culture vulture. You know what I'm saying? He was clowning on the lawyer. It was pretty funny, man. But it was wild at the same time. It's not going to help Dame's cause in case for what's going on here. Like, ultimately, that deposition might have sealed his fate with what happens in regards to this lawsuit, because I'm sure y'all know, who've been to court, or even if you haven't been to court, going off in something that has to do with court proceedings, even though the deposition isn't exactly court, but you know what I'm saying, it's got to do with it, and swearing and clowning on people. And at one point in time, he even got up off the stand. You know what I'm saying? Then at one point he answered the phone, and you know what I mean, was like, hey, I got a phone call. Like, it just, you know what I mean, it wasn't a good look for Dame. But check it out. I'm gonna roll this audio here. This is Dame coming out of court after the deposition. He just had another court date regarding the lawsuit, and the judge was not happy with him. Judge went off on him, and I'm gonna roll this audio. I'll be right back to break all this down for y'all.
Right? It was your house, your equipment. My house, my camera, I directed it, I chose it, and then they tried to rob me because I did a movie, an hour and a half movie in 7 days and made a masterpiece. Brian White is trying to pretend that he directed my movie because he's getting paid to by Josh Weber and Muddy Waters. And it's crazy, these dudes try to say they hired me, which is a joke. They try to say they fired me, which is a joke. And Chris Brown continuously keeps trying to do catty little things to make me get upset in court, so that it looks like, I mean, I don't care. The
right, so you heard Dame there. He's talking about the judge went off on him, as I was speaking about in the deposition. And, you know, they charged him like all the costs. They sanctioned him. They said, yo, all the costs for that whole deposition, the attorneys that are there, everything from both sides, your side of the lawsuit, the other side, you're paying the whole thing. And, you know, like I said, that's going to hurt Dame when it comes time for this ruling on this whole thing. You know what I mean? I really think that it might be already over because of that they're not even going to really want to hear Dame out. Now, he's speaking about these dudes as like I was saying earlier, it just seems like people look at Dame like he's a lick, like he's an easy target. You know what I mean? Like I said, we've seen him take other L's, kind of. We'll get back to that at the end of this. But speaking about this is about this movie. All right, it's called Dear Frank, and you'll see the different images popping up on the screen. He called it The List. Dame was involved in shooting this movie. You heard him. He said he shot the movie in 7 days using his equipment, his camera and everything like that. It was filmed at his house out there, you know, on the West Coast and everything like that. And these dudes basically fired Dame from the project, but Dame didn't even really know about it because he was still promoting the movie. This is dating back to 2016. You know what I mean? He was sending the movie out to different places, and they're like, yo, well, hold up, man. The movie ain't called The List anymore. It's called Dear Frank. You ain't a part of it. We fired you. We're suing you for defamation of character. And they're like, and you know, in their paperwork, what they're saying is they're like, we didn't even want to sue Dame, but he was totally unreasonable. We fired him, and you know, he was showing up to work high on marijuana all the time and all this other stuff. And I don't know. That's why I really be like, that doesn't. The reason they fired Dame, if y'all really check into this, like I said, they just said that he was late a lot and smoking weed a lot. And like, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I guess some people would want to disassociate someone from a project for that. But I don't know. I mean, Dame's a hard worker. He is. We all know that. And I just don't buy that Dame was showing up so high that they're like, we got to fire you from this. It seems like they just pulled a quick one. You know what I'm saying? They had Dame work on the project, and now they took it as theirs. And you know what I mean? It is what it is. And he's saying he directed it and everything, made it a masterpiece. The attorney that he was going off in the deposition, Chris Brown, he said he was kind of basically trolling Dame in court. That's why Dame went off the way he did. But what the deal is you'll see different stuff popping up on the screen, you know what I'm saying, related to this movie now called Dear Frank. And the dude in the middle, Brian White, he was in those movies Motives 1 and 2. I don't know if you guys remember those. He was in Norbit. He was on the show The Shield. He played Tavon. He was in like a season or two or whatever. I know y'all probably recognize him. Him and the dude on the end, Josh Weber. You know what I'm saying? They were all involved in making this movie. And he's basically saying Josh Weber got this attorney, Chris Brown. You know what I mean? He paid the Brian White dude, who is also in the movie. The one, you know what I'm saying, the dude from The Shield and all that. And now he's saying he directed it and also starred in it. And Dame, you know, Dame's been out the project, and he's saying it's a big operation they got going, basically to cut Dame up out of the mix. You know what I'm saying? And if you recall, like last week or so, when Dame was arrested for child support and everyone was kind of clowning on him, that's what's going on with this. He said that's why they brought the lawsuit, like you heard him in that clip there, to New York. He had warrants for the child support. His accounts are frozen. He's having trouble fighting the case. You know what I mean? And getting out to New York, they thought that he wouldn't come there. And, you know, he came, turned himself in on the child support, got out. And, you know, that was the reason for all that, because he's trying to take on, you know, them in this lawsuit. And it's just kind of wild, man. Like, Dame Dash from being on top of the world with roc-a-fella to going through all these problems. I mean, I don't know, man. But what do you guys think about this? Like, what does it sound like to you? You know what I mean? It just sounds funny style to me. I really think that's what it is. I think they're saying, yo, Dame, we think you're a sucker. We're cutting your throat on this. This is ours. This is ours. This ain't yours. And you know what I mean? They got it together. They, you know, Josh Weber and got the attorney Chris Brown, and then he told Brian White, yo, you're the director. Dame ain't got nothing to do with this. We're gonna keep his share. You know what I'm saying? His share is our share now. And I don't know, man. Like I said, I just don't believe that they just couldn't deal with him smoking bud and showing up to work. Like, I just don't find Dame Dash to be, like I said, we've seen Dame over the years. He's a hard worker, and he believes in himself. And for Dame to be showing up to somewhere so late all the time and high off the weed to where he's not doing good work and they just can't have him on the project, like, I just don't buy that, man. That just does not make sense to me, you know what I mean? But I feel like his actions in this deposition, like I said like 3 times during this video, I think that's a wrap for him. Like you just heard, the judge went off on him in court, and I don't think the judge is going to be doing Dame any favors. But like I was saying, some of the other problems Dame had, right? We already know like about roc-a-fella and everything like that, and I don't know, man. I think the whole roc-a-fella situation was definitely an L for Dame, right? Then if you recall, it was like, I don't know, what was it, like a year or two ago, the issue he had with Lee Daniels where he put money into that project, a movie that they made. I'm sure y'all remember the footage where Dame was calling him a culture vulture and saying, where's my money? Dame, you know what I'm saying, there, he kind of took an L there. I don't know what kind of money the dude made off the project, but Dame did sue Lee Daniels and successfully win 5 M's, but that money is what he put into this project. Like, he rolled that money from that lawsuit right into this project, the list / Dear Frank. I guess we'll just call it Dear Frank because that's what the movie's called now, you know what I mean? And then now, so it's like, even though he kind of got his bread back, now you basically lost it again. And like I said, I just don't feel things are going to go good for Dame in this situation. You know what I mean? Now, I know he's got his whole Dame Dash Studios thing. I don't know if any of y'all out there have really checked it out. I don't know how the content is on there and everything. I haven't really heard much about it. I'm definitely going to try to check in on it. But anyone who's seen, mess with that Dame Dash Studios and everything like that, let me know what you guys think about that. But I think things is kind of rough for Dame. You know what I mean? His accounts are frozen. He keeps taking all these L's when he's trying to really, work hard in the movie industry. I mean, he was involved in those roc-a-fella films, but I don't know what kind of money they really seen off those. They made some good movies. You know what I mean? They made movies beyond what you would think roc-a-fella films would have made. You know what I mean? But we've also seen them recently too with Adam 22. We were seeing them rock together pretty heavy as of late, but I don't know, man. I don't know if they had an issue or anything, but I feel like maybe I'm tripping. Maybe they are still rocking with each other, but I feel like I was seeing Dame and Adam 22, putting out some kind of video two times a week at least, and I haven't for at least a week or so. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe I'm wrong, but Dame's fighting hard. You know what I mean? To try to get back on his feet. You know what I mean? I'm not calling the man broke, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here making YouTube videos. You feel me? And, obviously a lot of bread can be made on YouTube, but I'm just on the come up. But, you know what I mean? The Dame's actions tell me that it ain't what it used to be for him. And like I said, for some reason, all these people just keep feeling that they can just do what they want to Dame. Like, get in the comments and let me know if you guys agree with me on that. But, there's a lot of people in the industry. I mean, people have disagreements and, things like that over projects and that people work on together all the time in the movie industry, in the music industry and everything like that. But there's a lot of people that I don't feel like anyone, like these two guys here would do that to. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's figures out there in the industry where imagine someone telling them, hey, you shot the movie, you used your, we shot it at your house and everything, use your equipment, but it's ours now. Like, we're suing you. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like, for some reason, you know what I mean? The word's out. That's how it goes, y'all. You know what it is. The second there's someone out there who's getting by off their image, or you know what I'm saying, reputation, and then something happens to them and they go out not looking so good and don't, you know what I'm saying, don't really man up, or there isn't really any consequences for that person. I'm not even talking about them just being on no tough guy stuff to get back at them, but just handling their business one way or another. You know what I'm saying? You mess with the wrong person, it's going to catch up to you one way or another. And I don't know, with Dame Dash, like, you know, the word's out there, yo, get at Dame Dash, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems everyone who is like, not everyone, we don't know every project Dame's involved in, but this is a lot of different projects for things to go bad for him, if you ask me. But that's all I got, y'all. It's JayCoffeeTalk. Thanks for tuning in. If you didn't already in the beginning, subscribe to this channel, you guys. Hit the notification bell. Make sure to tap in them comments. Want to hear from y'all, the people. Mad content's gonna be coming. You know what I'm saying? It's JayCoffeeTalk. This is what we do. We cover it all. We talk news, sports, music, all that good stuff. So I'll catch you on the next video. Tap it in them comments. Let me know what you guys think. Why is everyone trying Dame Dash, y'all? I don't know, man. I'm out of here. Catch you on the next video.